Good morning. It is Tara,
It's
and
Jen.
and we are here with another episode of Girlfriends Talk Marketing. And today we are joined with an awesome guest, and I'm going to toss it to Jen to introduce him. We're super excited. We're crossing multiple time zones today.
So today we're talking to Ben Dolgoff. He is the founder of Forever Vacation. He's also a serial entrepreneur. He's started 11 startups, had 2 exit strategies, and has traveled around the world. His current company is all about unforgettable vacations in Bali and Southeast Asia. So we're here in the hot Northeast and you're there in Bali. How's the weather today?
Oh, that's a good intro. It sounds a lot better when you say it. Yeah, I'm doing good. Now I'm in Kuala Lumpur, so I split a lot of time between Bali and Kuala Lumpur. But yeah, the sun is always shining here, so I can't complain. It's very nice.
So what are some of the marketing challenges that you have given your company and your location?
It's targeting at the right time, because if I target somebody that's already gone on vacation, or if I targeted somebody that isn't even going to Bali, I lose out all on my marketing spend. So that's actually been like the biggest challenge, is just knowing, exactly when to target them and when to time, the creative or the ad that you're sending.
I think that's an important thing to think about for any startup, that whole timing factor.
Yeah, for sure. I think like the biggest thing you have to do is define your audience, right? So no matter what startup you create, the first thing you have to know is who is your audience, because based on that, your marketing, your sales approach, everything will change. You have to know your sales cycle. Is this somebody that's going to buy something within, they see it, maybe it's some cosmetics, or it's something like some food, and boom, you're going to buy it the day of. You don't need to spend 30 days, 60 days to think about it. You're going to purchase it pretty quickly. Whereas something that we're in, a sales cycle, it depends, could be instant, which is great when that happens. But usually you're looking at 3 to 6 months plus. In terms of somebody seeing your product, right? In our case, it's a tour or experience, and actually committing to, hey, I'm gonna book this, and then, or they put it into their cart, and then they wait a little bit longer, and then finally, if you're lucky, they check out and they purchase the products.
I think everybody has, and I love that you defined you need to know your target persona, because if you don't do the deep dive as to who you're actually targeting, every other step after that is just going to potentially lead to wasted space and marketing efforts that don't yield results. And then, it kind of makes you reinvent the wheel every time you need to get a campaign together. So, with that in mind, what are the methods that you are using to kind of reach these audiences? I know you had mentioned you're targeting US, you're targeting, is it Australia and Europe?
Yeah, in Europe, yeah.
Yep. So, if you could share with the audience some of the things that you've found that have been successful for, kind of going after that niche market that you're looking for.
Yeah, for sure, Tara. I'll talk about some of the advertising tools I'm using, or the platforms, but to jump one step back about the audience, you talked about defining it. It is so important. I think it's something that everybody kind of struggles with sometimes when you first start a business, because you want to get everybody, right? Who's your audience? Oh, well, everybody can be your audience, right? But I think that's a dangerous game, because if you focus too broad, right, you're going to lose out, on people that are right in front of you. And for us, it's still a challenge for us sometimes. So for example, we have a very popular tour. It's called the Bali Instagram Tour. And we've really tried to hit millennials and really take advantage of social media, which is interesting. But it's been killing it. So Bali Instagram Tour, most famous spots. We bring you to the top 5 photogenic places in Bali. And it's a little bit, let's say, in terms of from the US coming here, you think it's very inexpensive. But if you're, comparing, if you just look at it kind of more broadly and look at the prices, we might be more in the middle to upper range. And at first I was like, I was kind of scared. Like, there's people that are a lot cheaper than us, and there's people that, they have this and they're lower prices. And so should I be changing my prices? And going through this and looking at our analytics, we just realized that it's like, why do you stay at a Ritz-Carlton? Not saying we're Ritz-Carlton, but why do you stay at a Ritz versus, you know, a one-star hotel? And it all depends on the travelers and what they want. So of course, if you pay a little bit more with us, you're going to get a different level of service. And I think we went up and down in the beginning with it, but now we're really comfortable with kind of who our audience is, what their price point is, what they're open to spending. So the first is, if you're looking at a marketing funnel, right, you kind of have like your awareness side of it. So for us, for awareness, we do a few things. We're with a lot of the OTAs, which are the online travel agencies, which would be like, you know, Booking.com, TripAdvisor. That's top of the funnel. That's also bottom of the funnel. But we get awareness from that sometimes. So, for example, there's 2,900 tours in Bali, and we're ranked now number 83. So a lot of people will come through TripAdvisor and kind of get the awareness cycle. They'll see us, they'll come over to our website. The other way we're getting that awareness is through Google Ads. We do a lot of pay-per-click. So targeting the US, if you go right now probably and type in tours in Bali, we'll probably be up there somewhere on the first page with some ads going on. So that's the first thing. And we don't really use Facebook or Instagram for top of the funnel traffic. Because it's not a lot of intent, right? So like in Facebook or Instagram, you browse at pretty pictures, you look at stuff. With Google, you're typing in book a tour in Bali, right? So and that's why it's more expensive, the intent's high. So we get them over to our site. That's the first step, right? And like I mentioned before, you're talking a 3 to 6 month process, sometimes more, sometimes less. On average, they're going to look at another 30 to 40 different blogs or sites before they make a decision. You know, when you're looking at a hotel, right, you're looking at a lot of different things. So that's just that's the easy part, the awareness. So you buy the keywords, you get them to your site. There's other things like SEO we use too, but the main things are like PPC and TripAdvisor. So let's say they come to our site, they land. Now we have a pixel, right? So we have a Facebook pixel, we have Google Ads pixel. So we'll place a cookie on their site. So like now, if you went to our website and then you go back to your regular life and you're going on Facebook, you might see one of our ads come up on Facebook. So retargeting ads, which you guys have all probably seen. You go on a site, you look at something, and then now there it is following you around all the time. And that's something that's so important to us because they come on our site. We know there's probably some intent or they're looking to plan a trip to Bali. Then we're going to create different ads to retarget them. So right now we're doing a lot with video ads, which have been really good for us. So we have a videographer in Bali. He makes really nice, high quality video ads to really kind of sell the dream and to show exactly what they're going to get. And we'll say, hey, are you looking to go to Bali? ? And of course they are, most likely, because they came to our site and they're looking at Bali stuff. And we say, great, check out our top rated Nusa Penida Instagram tour or Bali Secret Waterfall tour. Click here to view. And they click it, they go back to the site. Now we know they're interested again. So I can target them based on how many times they visited the site. So if they click on that and they come back, that's a good thing, right? And they're still kind of top of the funnel a little bit. We don't have their information because they haven't filled out any forms. They just have seen the site. So then the next step that we're at now is really trying to get their information. So how can I contact you? I don't know who you are. There's a cookie on your browser, but I don't know who you are. So the next thing we're running now is like a free guide, right? So the next thing we'll do is on Instagram or Facebook, we'll say, getting ready to plan that Bali vacation, download our free 50-page guide to planning your ultimate Bali vacation. And you're going to learn tips from locals, top 10 places to go, blah, 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 blah. Facebook has an amazing leads product where they automatically will auto-populate the user's email and name because they already have that stored in Facebook. So if you say, yeah, I want it, it's just going to go to a new screen on Facebook. It's going to say, enter your email and name, which is already populated. You just have to click submit. So then they click submit, and now we have that information. And then there's, and this can go on for a long time. We can have a long talk. But once that email comes in, now I've identified them. I have their email, I have their first name. Now that's going to go into a separate automation, an email marketing automation that's going to send them their guide. And then then there's a whole nother process that comes. Did they open it after 2 days? If so, send them this email. Did they not open it after 2 days? If not, send them this email. Did they click? Send them a promo. And then it kind of goes through that. So, the channel we're using right now mainly are Google, Google Ads PPC, Facebook, Instagram. And I really want to start getting tonight, I'm going to do it probably after we talk, is I want to learn more about Pinterest ads. I think Pinterest it's huge in the US, and I think there's a lot of kind of potential there. So but that's something I want to learn in the future for sure. So a lot of it, how we're getting our customers now, it's just multiple touch points.
So Ben, how much of this are you doing on your own, and how much have you hired a team to do?
So it's right now, it's my girlfriend and I. Girlfriend's my business partner, and Janie, she's from Vietnam. So we met in Vietnam when I lived there for a couple of years, and we moved over to Bali together. So she's my co-founder. So we're doing this, and then we have a team of 19, but mainly tour guides. So we have 16 tour guides, and then we have 3 other a content writer, a videographer, and then a back office person. But in terms of the marketing, mainly all me and Jamie.
What are the lessons that you have learned that apply across the board with all of the companies that you've done?
Test, test, test. Like, don't do something and think it's going to work after a day. And then when it doesn't work, you're like, oh, that was a waste of $10. Like, that's not how it works, right? You need to consistently be optimizing. You need to consistently be A/B testing, and you got to keep spending. You got to either spend money or whatever you're doing, content creation. You have to at least keep trying and trying. And then the other thing, the third part I would say is it's okay to spend money. I think too many people talk about organic reach, and they're so proud of organic reach. And listen, we all love organic reach because it's not necessarily free because you usually have to build it up if you're doing SEO. But I think organic reach on like social and on networks, it's slowly going away. You can see it. Facebook now, if you have 30,000 followers on your Facebook page, and then you do a post and you don't boost it or you don't do an ad, you're lucky if you get maybe 10 likes. I've done competitions with my friends that will have 50,000 likes. They do a post, they don't boost it. I make a new page yesterday and just put $1 into boosting it. I'm gonna still get more likes or more engagement, right? However you measure your success.
Awesome. Ben, thank you so much. now I feel like I need to book my next vacation
come on,
Forever Vacations. I know. I need to bring my kids, but
that's okay. We can take care of that.
So awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with us. I think you presented a lot of valuable information, and we really appreciate you explaining your process, explaining the platforms, and kind of explaining the wins and challenges that you've had, in the hopes that, some folks in our audience can kind of cut through a little bit of that tape and get to testing with success a little bit faster. So, we really appreciate that. And obviously thanks for everybody for tuning in, and we'll have another episode soon. So,
and how can people reach you?
Yeah, for sure. So anybody can connect me on Facebook, Ben Dolgoff, or they can go to forevervacation.com, or send me a message, ben@forevervacation.com. Send me an email, or you can just find me on Instagram at Ben Dolgoff.
Have a great evening, and we'll definitely be connecting with you online.
Absolutely.
Great. Thanks, Jennifer. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.